Hi, so today is March the 30th. I wanted to come and do a quick video just to continue to document my journey. I did have that hysteroscopy completed, and that was about 3 weeks ago. About 3 weeks ago, and I did not have a polyp. So the doctor went in and he saw nothing. There was nothing there. Other than there was nothing there. So there was another surgery that I did I did the laparoscopy back in September. And then so now I've done the hysteroscopy now in March, and there was nothing there. So we talked 2 weeks later after the procedure, and he said, well, we can move forward with IVF. So he said, if you're ready, you can start your estrogen patches today. And so that was a week ago, so like a week and some change before my period started. I started my estrogen patches. I still have one on now. I would show you, but my stomach is huge. But so I started my estrogen patches and did those. Those were okay. I saw no side effects really. Then I ordered my medication. I received my medication in the mail. I went for a class teaching with my nurse. My nurse went over how to do the Menopur. I'm taking Menopur and Gall F. And there's an antibiotic that my husband and I are taking as well for the first throughout stems. Then we add in Cetratide. I think that's how you say it. Later on, so I do have that as well. And then I did get my medicine for transfer, and I didn't have that class yet. So the nurse went over how to use the medication. I took notes. I found it odd they didn't give you a sheet of how to do it. And so I just took my own notes on how to do it. So my husband was there, but he was already a little confused because baby aspirin, I have to still go get baby aspirin from the store. And he was like, oh, you're supposed to take baby aspirin twice a day. And I was like, no, that was the antibiotics. So he was just confused anyway, so I can't rely. I don't want to rely on his information, but I love my husband. And I am going to rely on him, to probably administer the shot so he can feel like he's involved in the process and everything. But so I was supposed to call my nurse on cycle day 1. Cycle day 1 was yesterday. So I called her and she said, change your patch, because I changed my estrogen patch every 3 days. So I called her and she said to come in on the following day, which is today, for an ultrasound with the doctor. And so I went in today, and the doctor did an ultrasound. This is I don't ever remember having an ultrasound on cycle day 2, but it was a little because it's a heavier day. I already have heavy cycles, and so today was like I didn't want to do ultrasound today. And so my husband didn't really want to go either. And he was cracking jokes like, oh, do you want me to step out of the room? Oh, we've been married going on 9 years. It'd be 9 years this year. But he did the ultrasound, and he said the ovaries look great. So I was able to see some follicles on the screen. He didn't tell me what my baseline was, but I kind of counted at the end because my images were still on the screen. And I think it was like 20, I think. So, total, I think, but I don't know. But my images were still on the screen when I left. So, but I do have 2 fibroids now. and he saw one in the corner that he was a little concerned about. So he said we'll talk about it later. But I'm praying that we don't do another surgery for two reasons. One, the main reason is that it is covered by insurance because it's not fertility related necessarily. As long as they don't code it as fertility. And but we do have to pay, like after my insurance covers a percentage of it, we have to pay. So I'm not ready to pay like the last hysteroscopy. I had to pay my copay. Well, not my copay, my deductible, which is $1,000. So this one is still, I'm still gonna have to pay some of it. So we're just gonna see. We're just gonna see. I'm just hoping I don't have to do another surgery. And then for the second reason, I just don't want them to cut me, because I looked at the process for some fibroids that can go back and do a laparoscopy. And I did ask my last doctor if they could have removed the one that she saw during that time, and she said no, that requires a larger surgery. And I started Googling the surgery, and it's like kind of like they have to actually cut your abdomen, and I don't want to do that. So unless a baby's coming out of there for like a C-section. But if I have to, because I've been Googling, and of course I see that some people with fibroids tend to have miscarriages, or they don't have implantation. It can affect implantation. So of course, if the doctor recommends removing it, I do want to remove that fibroid if he suggests it, even though he suggested doing this hysteroscopy. And there was nothing there. And that was a waste of my money. So, but I guess it's better safe than sorry. And I'm looking at all of these things, as a blessing. I should. Because it could have been worse. It could have been worse. So I'm doing these procedures. They're going in. It's basically exploratory. They're going in. They're seeing what's in there. And there's nothing there, nothing bad there. So that's a good thing, right? So I shouldn't be upset that there was nothing there. So we are officially, so he sent me a text message. I took labs. He didn't tell me what my levels were, but I'm pretty sure for day 2, they're just low levels of whatever they're supposed to be. So this doctor actually sent me a text message from the doctor himself. And he said, hey, this is Dr. Messon. Labs look great. You can start your stems tomorrow. So I start stems tomorrow. A little nervous. Well, I'm a lot nervous about it. I joined this IVF group on Facebook. And so that's just not good. And so every couple of days, I'll just delete my Facebook app so I won't log in and start stressing and looking at all of these ladies post updates and doing retrievals, and none of them make it to day 5, because we are doing a cycle where we're going to freeze all of our embryos. We're not doing PGS testing, so whatever we get, we're going to freeze and then later do a transfer. So, but this group on Facebook, I just go in there and I see all of these ladies posting about their transfers and all about the egg retrieval specifically. And they get 20 eggs and they end up with 0 to freeze, 0 at day 5. And I'm like, oh, that will be a nightmare, because this will be our one and only chance at IVF. Unless my husband gets a job that covers IVF. Or I get a job that covers IVF, because that will be the only way. Unless, and God will see fit, if we need to do that. So, outside of that, life has been good. And I apologize if y'all are looking for updates. I just prefer to keep it kind of hush until, it might be a while, but if these videos ever go up. But I just wanna have something for myself as well to look back on this journey. And it's nothing that I should be ashamed of. You know, with fertility, sometimes comes shame, and this journey really is nothing to be ashamed of. I hope you all can hear me well. My husband went and ran an errand, so I'm here. I figured I'd record and document stuff before I forget it. But on a good note, I usually have heavy cramps, like really painful cramps that come with my menstruation. And I guess because I have an estrogen patch on, those cramps are not there. I still have a heavy flow like normal, but there are no cramps. So if maybe this is my new period. So, because this is my first actual period after my hysteroscopy. So everything just moves so fast, like so fast. He gave us the option to wait, later to start the egg retrieval process, but I don't know. I was just put on the spot, and I was just like, yeah, let's go for it. And so here we are. And STEM start tomorrow. Did my baseline today, so I'll go back in Tuesday. So tomorrow is Sunday. I'll start STEMs on Sunday, and then I'll go back in on Tuesday for another ultrasound and blood work. Then I think I'll go back in 2 days following that for ultrasound and blood work. They had me projected, I think, to do STEMs for about 10 days. So we'll see. All right. I'll update you later. Bye.